Hey loves, welcome to tonight's story time, a space to slow down, breathe, and drift into another world. I'm Dee, and I'll be reading you a story to help you unwind and let your imagination flow. So get cozy, grab a blanket, put on a headset, and let's begin. Tonight's story will be very special. I'm reading the first chapter of a book I wrote myself. If you like the story, please let me know in the comments. Before we begin, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and adjust the notification bell so you never miss when I post. The title of tonight's story is Dragons of Moonlight and Time. Chapter 1. Best Friends from Different Worlds. The moon hung full over Cartier Palace, spilling silver light across marble terraces, sweeping gardens, and towers that reached like fingers into the sky. Most of the palace slept, but 7-year-old Diane Cartier was not most people. Tonight, the walls felt too close, the guards too loud, and the palace too confining. The scent of jasmine drifted faintly, mingling with the crisp, biting air of Glycera, the winter season in Aria. Snow crunched underfoot as Diane shivered, excitement warming her against the cold. Frost rimmed the edges of the marble balustrades, sparkling like diamonds in the moonlight. She crept to her balcony, gripping the carved stone railing, and lowered herself down the ivy that climbed the tower walls. Each vine was rough against her small hands, dusted with frost, but she climbed quickly and silently, heart hammering with thrill and fear. Barefoot, she sprinted through the snow-dusted gardens, leaving tiny prints behind, and slipped beyond the palace gates into the forest that had become her secret world. At the center of the clearing, her favorite stone awaited, dusted in a thin layer of powdery snow and bathed in the glow of the full moon. She scrambled onto it and tilted her face toward the sky, humming a little tune she'd made up, a song just for herself. The cold air bit her cheeks, and her breath rose in delicate clouds. The wind rustled the branches, carrying the faint whispers of the forest as if it were listening. Icicles glittered from the nearby rocks, and the faint crunch of snow underfoot gave her an odd comfort. Then the light shifted. It thickened, shimmered, and suddenly formed a staircase of silver light that descended from the moon itself. Diane froze, wide-eyed, as a boy about her age, skin like twilight ocean water, dark hair catching the glow, and eyes brighter than the moon, stepped down. He paused, listening, mesmerized. "That's singing," he whispered softly. "It's beautiful. I had to see who it was." Her small heart raced as she darted behind the stone, trembling. Snowflakes clung to her hair and eyelashes. "Hey," the boy said gently. "I won't hurt you." Diane peeked out. What are you?" "My name's Atak," he said, tilting his head toward the sky. "I live up there, in the moon kingdom of Maria and Lumina." "The moon?" she whispered, her teeth clattering slightly from the cold. "Something like that," he said with a grin. "And you have a wonderful voice. I could listen forever." Blushing, Diane stepped a little closer, snow crunching under her bare feet. I'm Diane, but my friends call me Dia. He nodded. Dia. I like that. I'm from the Moon Kingdom of Maria on Lumina. My parents, the king and queen, are expecting me to be proper, but I like sneaking down here instead. Diane giggled, watching her breath puff in little clouds. I'm supposed to be in bed. My mother would have my head if she knew I snuck out. Atek's eyes flickered to the faint outline of a mark on her side. Wait, what's that? What? What do you mean? She asked, tilting her head confused. Your mark. The two entwined dragons? Most children don't have something like that. Diane blinked. Dragons? I don't understand. Atex laughed softly, a light, melodic sound that made her giggle in return. It's okay. You'll understand one day, maybe, or maybe you'll just be a magical mystery forever. For the rest of the evening, they sat in the moonlit, snow-dusted clearing, whispering and laughing, sharing little stories about their lives, their parents, and their secret worlds. Diane discovered that Atak was clever and kind, and he discovered that she was brave and mischievous. Tiny flurries of snow swirled around them, making the world feel magical. By the time the first rays of Solara touched the forest floor of Aria, 6 months had passed. The seasons seemed to have shifted in an instant. Snow melted into sparkling droplets, the warm, golden light of summer bathing the clearing. Time had flown while they laughed and shared, and an unspoken bond had formed. A connection that would grow over the years into the closest friendship either of them had known. And that's how she met her best friend, and eventually, her first love. The years that followed. Over the years, their friendship grew in secret. Sometimes Atek visited in his blue skin form, shimmering under Lumina's moonlight. Other times, during the day, he appeared human. Tan skin, dark hair, eyes like the deep sea. His twin sister, Aruna, shared the same gift. Only Diane knew their secret. It was dangerous, though. The Moon Kingdom of Maria and the Earth Kingdom of Cartier had been in quiet conflict for generations. Friendships across their kingdoms were forbidden. Yet, hidden in forest clearings or slipping through secret portals, they trained, raced, laughed, and shared secrets that belonged only to them. If my uncle ever found out I'm here, Atek whispered once, he'll call it treason. Your father? Worse. But she didn't care. Elindra first. Diane's birthday. The forest clearing shimmered as Diane crouched behind her favorite stone. Moonlight poured across the grass. Tonight, on her 13th birthday, Elindra first, Atak and Aruna approached with a glow of magic around them. From a misted bundle stepped Crescent, a tall unicorn with a silver mane, crescent marking on her forehead, and wings that shimmered faintly blue. She's yours, Atek said softly, his human form fading into the soft glow of moonlight. Diane gasped, stepping forward. She's beautiful. Crescent nestled her, magic throbbing through her fur. Around Crescent, faint whispers of color shimmered in the air. Crescent sparks that seemed to bend time. Cobalt glimmers that pulsed with the moon's rhythm. Diane didn't understand yet, but she felt it deep in her chest. These dragons held power beyond her imagining. Overcome, Diane leaned forward and kissed Atak on the cheek, a small, innocent gesture. His ears flushed pink. What was that for? He stammered, grinning through the blush. For being my best friend and for giving me Crescent, she said, eyes sparkling. Aruna laughed, shaking her head. Hopeless, you two. Atak rubbed his cheek, still smiling. She's perfect, he whispered. That night, Atak reminded her, call her name anytime you need her. Crescent will come, no matter where you are, no matter what time or place. 3 years later, age 16. Now 16, Diane stood on the balcony of Cartier Palace. The black dragon banners snapped in the wind, reminders of the destiny she had yet to fully accept. The dragon mark burned faintly beneath her tunic. 2 entwined dragons, one crimson, one cobalt, faintly glowing with energy she didn't yet understand. Atak and Aruna approached, Crescent gliding beside her. We're late, Aruna said, eyes on the glowing lumina above. Our parents are expecting you. Diane's heart raced with excitement. For the first time, she would meet the Moon Kingdom's rulers, King Abak and Queen Callisto, who were said to be kind, welcoming, and unlike the rulers of old. Under the cover of night, with shadows stretching across the moonlit landscape, she took a deep breath and carefully climbed onto Crescent's back. The Lunacorn shifted slightly under her weight, wings unfurling with a soft glow, ready to carry her through the cool night sky toward the glowing city above. Almost there, Dia, Atak said, smiling, his hand resting lightly on Crescent's mane. Just a little further and you'll finally meet them. But suddenly, a strange surge of energy pulsed through Diane. Heat and electricity thumped in her chest, blurring her vision. The world twisted violently around her. The air smelled different, sharper, and the forest beneath her legs felt unfamiliar. Her dragon mark tingled, both dragons awakening with a soft hum of power. The crimson, a faint pulse that made her sense time itself shifting. The cobalt, a pull towards the moon's magic and secrets. When the light faded, she was no longer on Crescent's back. The glowing city Maria gone. Instead, she found herself in a strange, wild forest clearing. Crescent landed beside her, wings folding protectively, eyes glowing softly blue. Diane blinked, confused and disoriented. Crescent? She whispered. She had no idea what had just happened, only that something was very, very different. The full moon hung steady above her. Crescent nestled her gently, a comforting presence in the unknown. A faint pulse of energy from her dragon mark tingled across her skin, a subtle reminder that her powers were only just awakening. Thank you for listening, loves. That's the end of chapter 1. Please remember this story is narrated and produced exclusively by Cozy Reads by D. We ask that you enjoy it here and kindly respect the creative works by not copying or reposting it elsewhere. Thank you, and until next time, sweet dreams and stay safe.